Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Inept Pit Podcast, episode 60. I'm your host, Drew Campbell. The other fat guy is Evan Sasiela.
What is up, everyone? We're back.
We're live from my kitchen.
Looks pretty nice. Not what I expected.
Together once again.
Yep, in my bubble.
No, Evan, that's just your face. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a bubble. My face is literally shaped like a bubble, and I'm in a bubble.
No, you're
Double
just
bubble.
You're so fat that you've created an orbit around you that destroys reality.
I'm a planet. I'm like the sun from Teletubbies.
This is a great way to start the podcast with only visual jokes that you know from watching the podcast.
Yeah,
we hit the old.
We finally unlocked the Zoom immersive view world, and we
why
decided why not.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
What do you mean?
Why do you have to fucking ruin every bit by talking about reality? We were supposed to jokingly pretend like this is real. And then literally within the first minute, you ruined the joke by going, oh, just, guys, we're not actually together. This is more of an immersive mode.
I think it's funnier to not ignore the elephant in the room.
It's funnier to not. That was the whole bit, is that we're pretending like this is reality, and you ruined it. People want to know almost immediately. Almost immediately.
People want to know why we're here.
Evan, they clearly know that this is a joke.
I know.
No one actually would believe that this is really us sitting next to each other.
Now they're laughing that we
fucking asshole. No, they're not laughing. They're laughing at me fucking hating you for fucking ruining every joke. God, I hate you. I didn't even want to do this podcast. Now I'm here and you ruined the first joke. So you know how I feel.
All right.
Here we are, Evan.
Nice kitchen, bro.
Thanks, dude. You know, Evan, if you're in the bit ruining move, go ahead. Take the reins, Evan.
Well, Drew's
the podcast. I'm mad. I'm mad.
60th consecutive podcast. Drew was mad and
You always do something to piss me off. And it's so counterproductive every time. It's like, why would you ever do that?
Then fire me, bro. Fire me.
Dude, I will. Don't fucking tempt me with a good idea.
All right, peace.
I've been mulling this over for 10 episodes. Oh, thank God. All right, let's get real. I can smoke cigarettes now that Dad's gone. So Evan's fucking fat, right?
Hey, put that out.
Shut up, Dad. Now, we don't really have anything prepared for this episode. It's probably going to be a bad one. You'd think that 60 episodes in, we'd probably do something special, but nah. I'm tired, and we just have to do this out of obligation, I guess. And honestly, it's kind of easier when Evan's not around. So, like, most of the thing I've been doing lately is I've been just sitting around. I've been reading Misery. You guys ever read Misery? You've probably seen the movie. That's a pretty good movie. Kathy Bates stars in it with another guy who actually plays a main character, but I can't think of his name because Kathy Bates' acting performance in Misery is just killer good. It's about essentially Stephen King. What's up with Steve? It's a Stephen King book. What's up with Stephen King always writing? Like, he is a great writer, but almost all of his protagonists are also writers. So I will have to diss him at some point for saying he does write a lot of main protagonists that happen to have the same job he does. So that's, a little insulting, I would say. Just like, not insulting, but it definitely makes it critical on his ability to write, Like, he is fantastic. If you ever read him, his attention to detail, I mean, it's unmatched. His plot's great. His character growth, fantastic. But there is something about all of his characters being writers. Not all, but a majority. A lot of the big hits, It, Misery, not Pet Cemetery, but Salem's Lot. What else? Is it just the three? There's another one. What's the other one he's a writer? It, Misery. It, Misery, Salem's Lot. What's the other one? Is it Finder's Key? End of the Watch or some shit like that? That's that one. He's also a writer in it. Hey, Evan, now that you're back, look up a list of books.
I was waiting for my recall.
Yeah, you're fine. You're a really good producer. Look up a list of Stephen King books where the main character is a writer. I only thought of 3, but I know I'm missing a bunch. Oh, The Shining, of course, The Shining.
Salem's Lot,
All right, said that.
The Tommyknockers,
Okay, I didn't written this. So Tommy Knockers is another one.
The Dark Half,
I don't think I haven't read that one.
Bag of Bones,
Bag of Bones. Yep, that was the one I was thinking of. Bag of Bones.
Lizzie's Story.
I haven't read that
I
one.
don't know, Rat.
There's a lot. That's a short story. That's not even a real one. If we're gonna do short stories, then we gotta go bundle them. So we'll keep going though.
That's all there is in this article.
The fuck, they missed like a bunch of them.
All right, I'll look up this
It.
article then.
That Bill from It is a writer.
I'm looking up Screen Rant.
Now, why Screen Rant? That's a movie thing.
Well, they have Stephen King stories in it.
What was the name of the Screen Rant article? I don't even like Screen Rant. What the hell? How can you be a business like that?
Well, they write about movies.
Yeah, but I don't like their opinions.
You should. What, you're gonna work at Screen Rant now? You're gonna apply for a job?
No, I don't watch enough TV or movies for that. I do like movies, but I don't watch enough of them. I'm way behind, dude. I haven't watched I wanted to see Dune, and that's been out for like a month now. I still haven't even seen it.
I've heard a lot of great reviews.
Well, I like Dune, the original, and that's like kind of dog shit. But David Lynch did that, and he always makes his shit super bizarre and weird, so it's like worth watching. He did the original Dune, and now this one came out, and this one's like everyone's saying it's killer, and I like the nerdy lore of Dune, but I haven't seen it.
Didn't he do the Elephant Man?
Yeah, believe so.
I think so.
Did he? He did Mulholland Drive. He did, of course, Twin Peaks. He did Eraserhead. He did Magnum something. I think he did Elephant Man. I don't know. Look up David Lynch's films. He did Dune. He did Fire Walks with Me, but that's just a prequel movie of this TV show Twin Peaks.
Say Blue Velvet.
That Velvet Blue, as a Blue Velvet. I was thinking Magnum. I don't know why I was thinking Magnum something, but Blue Velvet was what I was thinking of.
Lost Highway. Lost Highway.
I never saw Lost Highway. Is this all we're gonna do? We're just gonna say this is just me listing books by Stephen King I have and have not read, and movies by David Lynch I have or have not watched. God, we fucking suck at podcasting, dude.
No, we've upgraded our studio.
Funny thing I saw today. So I was driving home from work, and someone had a bumper sticker, and you know how I feel about bumper stickers, right?
Yeah. Well,
And this one said "in loving memory of my brother," and then had like the death dates for his brother, like when he lived and when he died. And then he had a license of not just a license, but he had a vanity license plate, and his vanity license plate read "Need no one," which with a license plate like that, I feel like he was kind of asking for his brother to die.
I mean,
That's all.
That's all. Observation, but
that's all. That's all I brought to the podcast this week. That's it.
Saw bumper sticker.
That was the one thing.
Yeah, but I guess we can talk about what we did Sunday night.
Do we have to?
We went to a buffet. We have to do that.
I regret all of it. It was my idea. I was like, this will be funny. And then we immediately got there and I was like, I'm sad. This is a bad idea. I'm sad.
I mean, I thought it was worth the price, but yeah, it wasn't.
Of course you thought it was worth the price. You got 3 plates and a cookie.
That you made me get, but that's another story.
Oh, I made you eat a cookie.
You said you're getting the dessert. We have to go through the whole buffet experience. I was already full, and you're like, you're having a cookie. It's just like
I did not. First off, I did not use the word cookie.
You're having a dessert, and the cookie was the smallest thing there. It's like, I'll just have a cookie to make Drew happy.
I may or may not have forced you to get a dessert.
Oh, you did. Totally did.
I will neither confirm nor deny. I won't confirm nor deny.
Yeah, well,
here's the best part. We went to I haven't been to a buffet in, I don't know, ever since. Like, I grew up white trash, so it's like buffets used to be our thing, dude. Like growing up, like we were buffet ballers, you know.
Yeah.
When we went out, that was like, it was like, we're going to a buffet tonight. Oh, okay, shit, dude. All right, better put on my best polo. Better put on my best off-brand polo. Let's
You
never
would
heard of
really
it.
dress up to go to the buffet.
Yeah, dude, we were fucking garbage. But that was like our idea of going out. I was like,
Our
dude,
5-star restaurant.
oh shit, dude, we're getting fancy tonight. We're going for a buffet.
All
Hell
you
yeah,
can eat for
dude.
$15. This is it.
Well, I don't blame my parents with the way I ate. I was like I was a fat kid. I mean, I ate crazy amounts of food my entire life. I still eat crazy amounts of food.
Yeah.
Like when I eat, but I was like, I was bad when I was a kid, dude. There's probably a son of a bitch to feed me, but like, and also I don't know. My parents are sticklers for deals because we're poor, so these always were stuck out for that.
Deals are also sick.
Evan, you're Jewish showing. Calm down.
I'm just, what's wrong with saving a bit of money in this economy? What's wrong
Did
with
you,
that?
Evan? You keep yelling like that. Your yarmulke's about to fall off your head.
Nah.
I like going to nice restaurants, dude. I love
Really?
going to. I love going to. It's one of my.
I think the one thing
favorite-
about the pandemic is I kind of lost interest in going to restaurants.
dude. I love being served, and it's probably the racist white man in me that just loves it when someone serves me. I'm like, God damn right, you served me tonight. There's something nice about going out and just not lifting a finger, dude, and just having a plate brought to you of the food you want. God, is that a guys? It makes you feel powerful. Honestly, no, that's my favorite. I like going out to fancy restaurants, like going into a Midgard restaurants, whatever. But I love trying new food, and I also like going out to a nice restaurant. There's something about trying like really well-made food. It's like a secret splurge of mine, where it's like I'll go out to a fancy restaurant. I don't care. I'll drop over $100 on food. Like it's one of my secret pleasures, like having really, really good food. As someone who See, that's the thing. I wish more people were like me. And I think you could probably appreciate this a little bit. There's always this thing about people where they're like, oh, I really like something, so I should also learn how to do it.
Yeah. They want to have it at their own place.
I hate, no, it's not even as that. I just hate that. It's like the people that really like stand up and they're like, well, I should probably also try stand up because I like stand up. It's like, no, just be a fan. Just be a fan of it. There's other people that are good. Man. No, I'm just trying to tell other people. All right, well, this, like, as a small time comic and someone who used to do mics often, like, I mean, I remember this. I would like start growing something as what you would call, like, it sounds real practical. Just growing a little bit of a fan base at points in my career, right? That people would come and see me at every show, right? And they're big fans of stand up. And then eventually they'd come and be like, hey, so I really like watching this stand up and I really like watching you. It's like, I was thinking about trying it. And in my head, I'm like, oh no. Don't be a comic, just be a fan. There's nothing wrong with being a fan. Just enjoy the show, dude. Like,
you're like, I can't have anyone upstage at me.
Well, like that's what I appreciate about you. You love music, but you have no intention of learning an instrument.
Yeah, I know like 5 guitar chords. Okay, I can play I can play like 300 songs with 5 guitar chords.
You can't play any songs
on acoustic. Yeah,
you can play part of a song. You don't know how to play an instrument. Knowing 5 chords is not knowing how to play an instrument.
I tried learning the piano.
That's like saying you know how to play an instrument because you played hot buns on a recorder. You don't know how to play an instrument, all right?
Hot cross buns.
Oh, whatever. Right. Sorry, I never was that hack who did any of that shit.
You were never in recorders. Every kid was in recorders.
I was in recorders, but I refused to learn it because I thought recorders were fucking gay, dude. Oh, you want me to stick this penis-shaped instrument in my mouth? I don't think so, Miss Clark.
So what, you didn't perform at the school concert?
I just pretended to. You can't hear all the recorders, and now all you do is just hold the recorder and do that.
This is literally every boy in elementary school says that about playing instruments.
Not playing.
I thought it was funny when it was recorder. I thought it was funny when we were all like in the 5th through 8th grade and we spent all hundreds of dollars on these instruments. We're like, I'm trying to play this. Just give me give me an A. You know?
I never did that. See, I wasn't in band because when I tried out for band, I wanted to be snare drum. And the band teacher told me, we have too many snare drums. What about trumpet? And I said, all right, well, I'm just not going to be in band. That's fucking lame. I know what instrument I like and I know what instrument I want to play. And I ended up not joining band. And then I went and self-taught myself drums for a while. And then eventually I came back into band. in
I
like
remember that. Yeah.
8th grade. And then I had the same problem. I'm like, I would like to play drums. And they're like, well, we kind of already have people older than you that already play drums. What if you played something else? And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm good again. Like I keep trying to be involved in the fucking arts of my school, but they won't allow me.
It's kind of ironic that of all the people from school, you're probably the most accomplished and most technical drummer. You're probably the only one who
From
actually
our from
plays
our from
consistently.
our class, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from like, well, but we also went
What
to
was
a
a school
small school.
band?
Oh, from I guarantee you, like none of the people that played the snare in that band or played the bass drum play drums to this day.
No, I agree.
None of them. So yeah, it is dumb, and this is just shows you what's flawed about the education system.
They wouldn't let me play snare.
Honestly,
So fuck the
honestly,
education
this is
system.
no. I mean, honestly, it goes to this day. I don't like being taught by people about anything. I love self-teaching myself. I don't trust authority and I don't trust education systems, even if it's like a friend. I like teaching myself how to do things versus having someone else show me how to do things. I prefer it. Some might call it pride, but I think it's just a distrust for other people's skill. Also, I feel like I think at school taught me anything is that one way, like people who have a version of teaching things is usually not versatile for all people.
Yeah.
Or especially someone like me, because I'm so anti-pop. You know what I mean, dude? In the words of Les Claypool, I run against the grain till the day I drop, dude. So it's like education system doesn't know how to teach me. I gotta teach myself, dude.
The anti-pop. Good Primus album. Check it out.
That is. I'm very Albert Einstein in that way, dude. Like I'm the kind of guy who would drop out of school and then learn more from not being in school.
This sounds like a School of Rock sequel where it's kind of like the Benchwarmers, where it's a bunch of kids who don't get into school band, so they start their own band and they play and try to outcompete the school band.
Holy shit, Evan.
We gotta write the script.
This is a hell of a script, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. That's one of the best pictures. That's a great idea. You get all like the weird outcasts like me, and not like the nerdy outcasts. I mean the actual weird ones, the ones that are like fucking swearing and shit.
No, you get like a
the ones that teachers had no faith in, and they probably should have, and I probably would have achieved more if they did.
No, I think that'd be a great sketch movie.
I was gonna say, I don't really think it'd work as a sketch. It's a little too. We own the
intellectual property for that one, everyone.
We do, in fact, still need Jack Black, though.
Yeah, he's got to be the.
He's got.
It would be it will be a School of Rock spinoff.
No one does rock comedy better than Jack Black.
Yeah, I agree.
Tenacious D is the best rock comedy of all time. Adjacent to, close second, but definitely a second would be this is Spinal Tap.
I haven't really listened to them before.
Spinal Tap's not a real band. Fucking idiot. You never seen This Is Spinal Tap?
No.
It's a movie by Rob. It's a movie by Rod Reiner, but it created the whole mockumentary genre.
Oh.
For comedy. So, like with The Offices and Trailer Park Boys, it's projecting that it's a documentary, but it's really not. It's like a fake documentary for comedy reasons. They call them mockumentaries.
Right.
This is Spinal Tap was the first one, and it was following a band called Spinal Tap that was kind of a ripoff of like 80s hair metal bands in a way. Like it was like kind of like making fun of like all these over the top bands that had these huge performances like Iron Maiden and Metallica and Judas Priest and shit like that. But it's a fake band, and it's really funny. That the whole turn it up to 11 thing. You've never heard that?
Oh, I've heard of that.
Well, that's a joke from a movie because the guy goes, yeah, he goes, see, he's like, this amp's pretty. He's like, I like my music loud. He's like, so I got this amp. Instead of it going to 10, it goes to 11. It's like he's like too stupid to realize.
Yeah, that's funny.
He realized like he's making fun of how metalheads are dumb in a way. He's like he's too stupid to realize like it doesn't actually make the amp louder. He just has different integers on it. But he's like, yeah, yours goes to 10, mine goes to 11, so it's louder.
Like
Yeah. And like, there's a whole scene of him explaining why his amp's better because it goes to. It's very funny.
All right, I'll check that out then.
They do different. There's a bunch of like funny jokes of like getting canceled and their tour managers and shit like that, and them spending way too much money on like these over the top performances that have like a bunch of stage. There's a bunch of fucking like set designs for their stage, which was really popular. Yeah, like really start to blow up during that time.
What year was this?
This is Spinal Tap came out.
Yeah, it's
late
gotta be
80s,
like late 80s,
late 80s, early 90s. Look it up. It's such an underrated comedy too. It's really good. I mean, you also have to kind of be a fan of music to get a lot of it. Like, there's a lot of like parodies of like what other bands did and making jokes of that stuff with like parental advisory disclosures, a bunch of shit like that. So it's like, unless like, it's really, really funny if you know a lot about like music history.
Spinal Tap is an actual band. It's a fictional band.
It's yeah, I know. I was like, no, when you said it is actual band, I'm like, no, it's not.
I thought they had their own page, and I was like, oh, it's a fictional band. And then
Yeah,
there's a separate one for the film.
It's a fictional band created for
1984.
Oh, okay. So it was a little earlier than I thought, but yeah, funny fucking movie, man.
It's the funniest rock movie ever made, according to the front poster.
Well, that was before.
That was surpassed. Yeah,
that was before. Was School of Rock and Tenacious D didn't come out. Actually, it's probably. It probably is a funnier. If you really want to break it down, it has more inside jokes for rock music. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not even that time is like really parodizing the whole scene at the time. It's really good, like parody. It's really good satire of like the rock and metal scene of that early mid 80s era.
Yeah.
Very funny. But yeah, I guess we just did a movie recommendation again.
After the Stephen King books and the David Lynch filmography. We're just reading lists on this one, everyone.
Yeah, we're just not doing a good podcast today. Oh well, I don't care. I'm fine. It's 60 episodes in. Who gives a fuck anymore? We're in my kitchen. Who fucking cares, dude?
I gotta go up.
God.
I gotta go up the steps. Wrong way. Never mind. They're too steep. Just sit down.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I brought whiskey for this one.
And I have can't believe you've talked to me about my water bottle.
I think I need to go buy burgers or something after this. You're fucking pissing me off. I'm gonna have another cigarette.
No. Sorry.
I worked too goddamn long for this shit, Evan. I'm so tired of you and this fucking goddamn it. I don't know. Christmas is around the corner. Everyone always talks about Christmas is coming. Everybody's Christmas is coming. Everyone says Christmas is coming. And always talking about Christmas is coming. No one ever talks about Christmas is going.
Yep. How is it?
We're so excited for it to show up, but we don't even realize it's leaving.
Are you excited for Christmas this year?
No.
Why?
Because Jesus isn't real.
Get in the holiday spirit.
No,
man.
I'm not an idiot, dude. I don't want to be that dumb guy who's like, Jesus isn't real. Jesus is 100% real. Now, if he is the Son of God, that's definitely up for debate. But he is real. It is funny. Have you ever felt like those dumb people that don't know anything about history? And they're like, oh, Jesus, he's not real. It's like, you do know he's real, right? Like, you do know.
Literally every religious scholar ever has said, oh,
it's not even really any historian would tell you that too.
Anyone who
studied history will tell you there was in fact a man traveling around the Middle East at that time claiming to be the Son of God who created a religion called Christianity and was crucified because he had multiple followers. It's easily well documented. It's even documented in the Roman history because they were the ones who sent him to execution.
That's like the second sentence on Wikipedia if you look up Jesus.
What?
That he was a real human being who
it's because
believed to be the Son of God.
Because most people are very stupid and don't know anything. So even people who believe in Jesus don't even know that there is historical proof that he's real as a real man. Like they don't half people that believe in him don't even know that. And then almost all the people who don't believe him don't even know that. And I'm so sick of people who have opinions that don't know anything about history. It is kind of infuriating.
Why?
Well, because it's just like history does matter.
That's what people don't. There's too much history.
There is, but you should know it.
Yeah, but some people just didn't really put that much effort in, or just.
Well, you should.
It's hard to remember everything.
It's not that hard. It's also very interesting.
Well, it depends. Are you interested in science?
Yes.
Are you interested in math?
Well, to what degree? No, I mean math isn't. I mean, like, am I interested in the idea of math for the sense of figuring out science? Then yes. Like I am interested in the idea of math backing up science, but I don't think math is inherently interesting because it's only the system we use to like really math is only used. I mean, besides like your basic addition shit like that, really like you only learn math to apply it to prove science.
Well, you have to count stuff.
Well, yeah, but everyone knows how to count stuff. I mean, unless you got fucking hit in the head with a brick.
Well, math is just science numbers. It's numbers and science.
Well, yeah, no, but
you prove how numbers are real. And
the only reason to learn anything about advanced math is to prove science right. I mean, unless like geometry and stuff like that, you can apply some geometry and algebra and statistics to your everyday life in other jobs. But again, a lot of it has to do with science because you're like trying to figure out like how to construct something as an architecture or something like that. Right. Again, though, it goes back to the science of, building something. And that in that case, math can be interesting if you're interested in building stuff. I'm not a creator. I'm a deconstructor. As a comic, like a lot of people try to say, oh, comics are creative. It's like, no, a lot of the things I do is like, I'll take a topic and then I deconstruct it to a humorous level.
Yeah. Or you can just have a thought and create it into something that's funny.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like if I'm going to do
it goes both ways, I think.
If I'm doing a setup one-liner kind of thing, but like my longer form bits, like my bit about pets, the whole reason that's just a bit where I deconstruct what pets are. And then and prove that like owning pets is technically like an evil thing.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
it's why it's one of my best bits, because in the way I put it, you really can't argue that you are evil for owning pets. It is.
No, it's pretty relatable. Most people in the crowd own pets,
and they still laugh at it. They still realize that they're monsters.
Yeah, it relates to them.
Yeah. The whole point is it's still deconstructing something. Like I'm working on a bit right now. Well, let's do this. We were talking about riff and bits, doing this as a segment once. We'll do riff and bit. All right, here's a new segment. It's called Riff and Bits. Me and Evan pitch premises we have and then talk about them. So I've been working on this premise about how I'm sick of everyone's like body positivity is a big thing right now.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against, but I really hate like this whole everybody is beautiful thing.
Why?
Because it's insulting to people who have beautiful bodies.
No, it's not.
It's not fair. It's totally not fair for them.
Then they have more beautiful. But
no,
beautiful.
No, you're not. It's fine though. Here's the thing: we're all trying to say we have beautiful bodies, but it's like no. These people work at having beautiful bodies. They go to the gym a lot. They put on a bunch of makeup. They spend a lot of time doing their hair. They spend money at hairstylists, stuff like that. And in return, they're the most boring, unfunny people you'll ever meet. Have you ever met anyone who has who's normally like really, really good looking? I would say 99.9% of the time, I think I've met one person that was in like good shape and good looking that was actually funny.
Yeah, a couple. Well, it's very rare. There has to be something wrong about you.
You know, I would also like to pretend this. When I mean like good shape, good looking, I mean in the confirmed societal norm sense of what good looking is.
I think people get what you're saying.
No, because I actually am not into that look. Like what we consider good looking, I think is weird looking. Like that's why like when people are like, Drew, what's your celebrity crush? I'm like, I don't fucking have one. Because I don't really find like if I look
at Natalie Portman. It's Natalie Portman. You told me that.
Well, Natalie Portman's like the only one that looks like a human being. She looks like a normal person, and that's why it's like, oh, if I had a celebrity crush, it'd be her because she looks like a fucking human. Yeah. I don't. Most celebrities. That's why I don't like when people are like, I really like this like a mainstream actor or actress. I'm like, that doesn't even look like a human being to me. That looks like a fucking Ken doll or a Barbie doll. It's weird and creepy. Like I find it creepy. Like if I saw one of those people at the bar, I'd go, ugh, and walk away from them. Like I wouldn't even want to talk to them.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, I'm not really into celebrity crushes anymore because I know I don't have a shot.
What was that?
I'm not into celebrity crushes anymore because I know I don't have a shot with them.
No one has a shot with their celebrity crush. It's
never
like
know.
It's a fantasy. No, it's a fantasy thing. No. If you have to call it a celebrity crush, that means it's already out of the league because you're not a celebrity.
There's a movie coming out next year. It's I think Owen Wilson and J-Lo about how she marries her fan at the concert.
Yeah, that's why it's a movie. It's fiction.
Well, it's going to inspire people to do that.
No, it's going to inspire a lot of stalkers to be fucking creepy.
No, yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
And wait, who's playing the celebrity? Who's playing the fan?
Oh, J-Lo's playing like the super pop star, and
who's playing the fan?
Owen Wilson.
Okay, he is remotely ugly, right?
I mean,
I don't know. Some people think he's good looking.
Yeah, I mean, he's like what, 50 or something.
They're both 50 something.
Yeah, but
J-Lo's old, dude. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, but still.
I don't care. I think celebrities are weird. What was I talking about? Oh, beautiful people. Is that like you should let them be beautiful because they're not interesting people. And also, like most of the time, if you do meet someone who's like hypothetically like the statistical sign of good looking, which would probably be like a guy with,
your fingers
like
look
probably
cool.
Like, thank you. Oh wait, I fucked it up. There we go. All right, but it's like a guy, like a very muscular guy, or like a girl with a very tight body with ample sized breast, big butt, and a dude who's like very and then it'd be like the dude very chiseled, good hairline, all that shit like that. They just look weird, dude. Like if I ever see someone that's like really, really like
I don't know if it looks girl weird. Really they just put work into their body. That's what the healthy human should look like. That's why I look.
That's not what a healthy human should look like. That's not even what humans look like before we were even eating GMOs. That's not even what humans look like, dude. No human looked like that. It's
somewhere along the line it changed. That's weird, kind of the societal norm.
It's not changed, dude. It's this weird obsession with makeup, and then we learned this new code because of like protein and all this shit that people found this combination to make themselves look like essentially depictions of superheroes, and it's weird. It's fucking weird, and I find those people mentally ill.
Nah.
Especially the dudes, dude. Like if you see a dude who's like, oh, here, let me actually we'll back this up. If you see a dude in that kind of shape, if they're a professional athlete, it's totally fine. It makes sense.
It's part of their job.
You're making millions of dollars to do that. That makes sense. Or if you're like, you know what I mean? It makes sense. Anyone else, you're fucking mentally ill. You are. If you're fucking jacked, dude. No, dude. Okay, so I got two lists for how this happens. All right. You want me to go with the guy or girl and what it is with them?
Guy.
Okay, guy, real easy. The guy who's like super, like if you ever go out and you see a guy who's like insanely ripped or something like that and has a bunch of muscles. Okay, that guy was either bullied a lot as a kid or abused by his parents or abused by someone. And now instead of going to therapy and figuring out those problems, decided to get insanely muscular because they have this fear of ever being hurt or attacked again. And a lot of time, if they're that big, they end up learning some form of martial arts or something like that. And that's because deep down, I think I'm shouting out this, deep down, they're really, really scared of being beaten up or hurt. No, they're cowards.
I'd like to apologize.
Someone who gets insanely muscular and learns a lot about that, and it has nothing to do with their professional life. And I mean nothing to do with their professional life. They are a child. And a lot of people, it's like kind of like that thing with like when you meet an animal and the thing you should always know about like an animal, like a dog or something like that, that's aggressive to you. And that seems like that way. And he goes, always remember they're more scared of you than you are them. always remember that with those big fucking, like, anytime you meet a big muscular dude, no, they're more scared of you than you are of them. And that's why they spent that much time making sure they can't, so they're seem fucking badass.
Yeah.
It's honestly, in my opinion, I think it's pathetic when I see people like that. It goes, oh man, you were so scared of getting your ass kicked. You did that. And this is from a guy who just recently got a fight and won, but also I lost a fight. Dude, have you ever been beat up, Evan? You ever got your ass kicked?
Yeah, you all the time.
Shut up. I've never kicked your ass.
You've hit me.
I've slugged you on the arm. Have you ever had your
wrestled me a couple times?
Have you ever had your ass kicked? Like, where you've had like bloody nose, busted lip, black eye?
I don't think so. No, I've gotten into fights, but it wasn't that dangerous.
And he was like probably
like
child
fights. Yeah, like
that's not the fight.
Playground stuff. No, not.
Okay, so here's the thing you should always learn about these fights is like, so are you scared of a fight?
Yes, terrified. Why would I be in a fight? Now that's an assault.
This is why you need to be in a fight.
Misdemeanor.
No, this is why you need to be in a fight. Not like oh, you should go get in a street fight. Like, go to a boxing gym and just like do a round with like a guy. Like, do it in a proper setting. No, you won't die. That's what you need to learn about it. Getting punched in the face is not that scary.
Do I look like I have the body to fight
really
someone?
And I'm not saying, and I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating that you should fight people. You obviously shouldn't. We live in a society. We're grown adults. I'm actually, to be honest, I just was in a fight. So it's kind of, but I believe in pacifism. Like, I do. No, I think violence as an answer is fucking stupid. I'm not proud of like being in a fight. I thought it was funny. That's why I brought it up. Like, I'm not always going, oh, if you're a fucking fight, dude, not bad.
You weren't looking for the fight.
I wasn't, but also I still probably like I should have just swallowed my pride and walked away instead of, and honestly, but you know, I'm a fucking toxic male, so I did what toxic males do. I talk shit back instead of walking away. And you know what? You could say that's good or bad because it is like sometimes, you know, there's some people out there that are pussies, and I as much as toxic masculinity is a thing, I also think men, part of being a like. There's positive masculinity, which is not letting yourself being walked all over too, which I think that it doesn't get brought up enough about masculinity is like, that's a very nice trait of masculinity is sticking up for yourself.
Yeah.
That has been getting abandoned a lot lately.
Well, because the goal is to not get in as many fights. So why would you? It is, but there's also a point where trying to avoid as much confrontation as you can.
Well, you shouldn't be aggressive, but there is nothing wrong with being assertive. And if someone attacks you, if someone attacks you, standing your ground, defend yourself. Fine. Yeah, but also I just know I think there's a lot of people, but there's a thing like there's people that are terrified out there. And they like lift, you know, there's literally people out there that are lifting weights solely so people don't try to start a fight with them. And there's people out there that learn like MMA solely so if they're in that situation that they can win it. And it's like, it seems so pathetic to me to dedicate so much of your life off of just desperately not wanting to get your ass kicked. It's pathetic.
Part of it is just wanting to live long, so you have a good diet and
you're never gonna die in a street fight. This is why I'm saying I think everyone needs to be in a fight. It's not about fighting.
It's just about people work out because they just want to live long and have a good diet, exercise.
I'm not talking about people who just work out. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that are trying to do like this huge muscle gain shit, and they eat a bunch of protein and they put on a bunch of muscle, which is like
maybe some people's bodies are just like that.
Evan, no. That there's a lot of people built out there nowadays that no human was ever built like until we've established the idea of like pre-workouts and post-workouts and shit like that. It's not natural. This is not how bodies were meant to ever be. Like, even if you went back to times when they were hunter-gatherers, and honestly, those guys were stronger and tougher than the guys are now in a sense.
Nobody took creatine in the BC times.
Well, also steroids, because steroids is actually far more prevalent than people realize.
Well, tell that to MLB.
No. I mean, baseball. Outside of that, like, you know, like steroids is still a widely abused drug. It's just not talked about because no one who takes steroids would ever share steroids or ever tell anyone they're doing steroids because it undermines the whole reason they got big. But there's a lot of people out there that do it. There's a big, here's the big symptom of that you can always learn of. One, people always say, oh, it makes your dick smaller. It does not make your dick smaller. That's a false fact about steroids. It makes your balls shrink, but not to an extended amount that you would have to like really be measuring balls to notice if their balls shrinked. The big one is if someone has back acne.
Yeah.
Back acne is like the clear sign that you do steroids.
You see, this is the real Dr. Drew. You're the real Dr. Drew. You're
I'm
telling more about
zone.
people's bodies than most doctors probably.
Well, it's just funny. And then, okay, so I shit on the men's side of it. Now the woman's side of it.
Yeah.
The woman's side of it's actually sadder, in my opinion.
Explain.
Well, because it's like they just bought into the whole Cosmo shit. They bought into the whole celebrity ideology. They brought in the Kardashians and shit like that. Nothing, not to shit on the Kardashians, whatever. They've made plenty of money. Anything I say is not bad about them. I don't hate them. I'm not like wishing them death. But they kind of brought in this whole idea that no, they brought in this whole idea that like we're supposed to look like Barbie dolls, like these perfect symmetrical faces, and then like all this blush, this certain colors.
Well, trends are a thing. People want to follow other people. That's why if someone starts TikTok and gets famous, I'm going to start a TikTok and try and get famous.
Well, trends are fucking gay, dude.
Oh, we follow the trends. Like, we don't follow. Start a podcast because
I'm opposite trends. I literally I almost try to start my own trends. I tried to bring vests back.
Oh, you're not wearing one today, or the hat?
Not today. I'll wear it when I want to. I just didn't feel like it today.
Doesn't belong in Drew's kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, vest is more of a not kitchen attire.
I like the disappearing cigarette. I don't know if people caught that, but it was kind of just that was just floating. Look at that. It's
I haven't even let it yet. I just been holding it. Actually, I haven't even lit it yet. But yeah, I guess they bought into this whole idea that they're not beautiful, and that's why it's more sad.
Yes.
They bought in this whole idea that women have to look a certain way, and it's disgusting. And I love a woman that doesn't wear a lot of makeup. I love a woman that just has naturally beautiful, doesn't need makeup a lot of time. Like, again, a little makeup here and there, whatever, it goes well. And also not shitting on the people who wear makeup. No, because
two dudes talking about women's looks and bodies. This is what people want.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm saying like women who wear makeup, good for them. It does help their confidence, from what I've heard. Like women who wear makeup, it like makes them feel better about themselves and go out and they feel better about themselves. But just like, I think it's misplaced confidence. Like you should try to find confidence in other places than your physical traits. I mean, I'm living proof that confidence will get you a lot more. Anyway, the girl I'm talking to right now, dude, she's way hotter than me. But the fact that I'm just confident and funny brings my looks up to her level.
And I'm not very confident and not very funny. So that's why I'm in the boat I'm in.
That's why you need to get more confident. I always try, like, I shit on your fatness, but also I've told you, dude, like time and time again, there is a lady out there that likes a big fucking dude like you. She would feel so safe in your arms.
I need someone to come into my bubble.
And also, I forgot. I want back to the dudes that always get muscular and shit like that. This is one of my favorite fucking. I don't read as much comic books as I used to, but this is like back when I used to read comic books. One of my favorite quotes from a comic book of all time. It's a Wolverine quote, which is super fucking. I get it. He's
Hugh Jackman, man.
Well, not Hugh Jackman. It's from comic books. So it's just the character Wolverine.
That's who I think of with Wolverine.
No, actually, it's better. Comic book Wolverine was the epitome of toxic masculinity. Like he was.
If you looked at this photo, it did not look like.
And if you do like a lot of his solo shit, back when he'd leave the X-Men, he would go work all these blue collar jobs. Like he'd be like a lumberjack, or he'd be like one of the fishermen's on like the deadliest, like basically one of those fishermen's that'd be on the deadliest. Gets like hard blue collar jobs, right? Like manual labor, like shit. And one time he's getting like this guy tries to pick a fight with him at a bar, and he turns to the guy next to him. He goes, "Guy thinks he's tough because he got his muscles in a gym." And then just beats the shit out of him. And I love that line so goddamn much, because there's so many people out there that think they're tough because they got their muscles in the gym, but have never been punched in the face in their entire life. And they got those muscles in the gym to try to make sure they never got punched in the face.
Yeah, that's why I stopped going to the gym, Also laziness. Yeah, I don't want that type of body.
But Evan, that's what I'm just saying, dude. You see you get punched in the face a couple times.
I'll hide.
No, Evan, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like your confidence is low, but all these guys that did you need to get tagged up. You really
Why would
do.
I get abused?
Because no, you just
That's
need
gonna
to
make me a better
no, you just need to
person.
realize when you get tagged up, you just realize people who've never really been in a lot of fights or have not
Will
been one
remain timid for their
in multiple.
lives and that never
Well, yeah,
have the
because
experience.
you don't realize that a punch isn't that scary, even from someone
It's
strong.
pain. There's
It's not, but
blood on
it's dude,
television.
but it's not that bad. As soon as it hits you, you have an adrenaline rush, and you're like, "Oh, I lived." Like it's someone who doesn't ever get hit. Like if you the first time you'll get hit, you'll realize you go, "Oh my god, I've been making this out to be so much more than it is." Like getting even beaten a fight isn't that bad unless you're like dealing with a psychopath who's gonna like stomp your head into the pavement afterwards. But like
Well, that's
those
the risk you
people,
take when you get into a fight.
yeah, those people are mentally ill and they should be shot. But
Jeez.
I'm kidding.
Well,
But yeah, that's the
I'll
one part
probably
about.
decline the
I
fight.
know I might be a toxic masculinity and all that shit, but I will defend that. It's like there's nothing. Dude, just get knocked and get punched in the mouth every once in a while. It will knock you close. I want to go into like I want to like not even like train in boxing because I'm not like trying to learn anything, but I wouldn't mind doing
You
like
want to just run the gym?
I
Just
want to
run
run
it.
I want to run the gym every like couple months just to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
No, because
You can get a
getting
membership.
it does level you out. No, I don't want membership because I'm not like I don't want to dedicate that much. I'm not trying to be a professional boxer or anything like that. But I wouldn't mind going to a place where it's just like a professional setting where I can get tagged up a few times.
Well, there's some in
And not like
Illinois,
risk. Oh, I'm sure there is. Well,
I know there's
100%.
one here. There's
I'm
one
sure
here.
there's mall. I know there is for a fact. But I'm also not going to get a membership. It'd just be like I'd go once every couple of months, and it'd solely be. I'd throw some punches, but it'd solely be like I'd want to get hit a few times.
Do you have a mouth guard in?
No, I mean, yeah, it's a professional setting. You put on gloves, you put on mouth guards. Actually, probably in that gym setting, you probably even put on the head fucking thing.
Yeah, you're gonna get
It's good.
your head
It's
blown
good.
back.
I think it's good for you. You know.
You know what else is good for me? Not fighting. I think that's the better outcome.
Dude, I just think have you ever been punched in the face?
Not really, no.
I think you need to
You
be
know
punched
what?
in the
My
face.
life has just it's been fine and dandy without
I think
that,
you need to be
so.
punched in the face.
Nah.
You just don't know what's going on, man.
Everyone can comment. Do you want me to get punched in the face? Comment below.
I mean, they're gonna want you to get punched in the face for different reasons. It's a weird argument to make, I know, but I also think
My mom's gonna start a YouTube account. She's like,
it's
"Stop
good
it!
to
Stop
get
it,
punched in
Drew!
the face.
Stop insulting my boy."
No, I'm not insulting you. I'm encouraging you to grow. I'm encouraging you to grow. Don't be one of these coward douchebags and go learn a whole fighting style just so you feel good about yourself. Because you should feel good about yourself outside of fighting and not being scared of getting kicked ass.
I'll just be defense mode.
Go defense, get punched a couple times, dude. Get a couple licks on you. Go, oh yeah, this isn't scary. Like, nothing about getting punched is ever scary.
Hit me right now.
I can't.
Just do it. Put your fist out and hit me. Ugh.
That was a fucking bad bit.
It's funny. People are laughing right now.
Yeah,
it was bad. It was
sure
funny
they are
because it was bad.
I
thought it'd be funny.
I love when you said
fight in your kitchen.
People are laughing right now. Yeah, sure they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like getting punched. That's scary. I think more people need to realize that. It's also just like to really like bring you down to earth kind of thing. Reminds you of like a primitive hit.
We'll see what happens.
There's something else I want to talk about. What the fuck? What else? You distracted me. What the hell else was it? Fighting, then something else.
We're talking about people getting built, getting ripped at the gym.
Not that. Wasn't that.
We spent like 20 minutes on this.
I know most of the podcasts have been about this. We forgot about the buffet entirely.
Well, we each had 3 plates. Ta-da!
Yay, we were fat.
What was your favorite food food item at the buffet that we went to that we probably will not name unless you want to name it.
I think I already did. I said we went to Golden Corral. It was disgusting.
No.
Actually, the only thing that was the only thing, all of it was bad. It was all bad. The only thing I think that was good was the cabbage. Surprisingly, was the only thing I ate that I got it on every plate. It was the only thing I liked.
I like the green beans.
But also, you can't fuck up cabbage.
No, you can't. You mentioned that.
You just boil cabbage, essentially. And I love boiled cabbage. It's delicious. That's probably the dumb Irish Mick in me. But
I actually like the green beans. I had green beans. Maybe I'm bragging that I had green beans, but I thought they were.
You did. I saw you get one helping of green beans.
Just one. There's like 3 on it. Like I'm good.
I was a little surprised. God damn it, dude. I had one other thing I wanted to talk about. What the fuck was it?
You already talked about the bumper sticker.
No, but it had to do with what we were just talking about. The whole looks thing and all that. Oh, is it like I don't know. I think back to the woman thing. Like, and again, like I get the whole confidence, but there's something about women do have like I mean, not all women. Some women are ugly. Let's be fair. Just like some.
Let me cover my bases here.
Some men are ugly, but I don't know, man. I think the most beautiful woman I've ever seen has always never been in makeup or in very light makeup. It's more of like a natural beauty. I think there's natural beauty in the world.
Dan, there's all our female listeners have now fallen in love with you if they haven't already. That was a profound statement you just made.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's a profound statement. I think it's just the truth. I think we've been warped by mainstream Hollywood and this fake sense of beauty where people look like these people look like Barbie dolls and Ken dolls, and I think it's fucking weird looking. Like I think most celebrities are weird looking.
They were the original when they created Barbie. That was the beginning of the.
Was it? I would believe it was. I would. Like
that's the one constant body that we've had since the 50s is the Barbie still exists and it has different looks.
I don't really think people buy Barbies anymore though. I don't think kids really play with toys. Like my nieces are both girls. I don't think they've ever had a single Barbie doll.
Well, that's because kids have the thing that's behind you on your kitchen, the right shoulder.
No, they have tons of toys that are like figures. They've had baby dolls, but they've never had Barbie dolls or like Ken dolls.
What are some of the toys that children play with now? I don't really know. Do you know?
Well, I don't know either. I've seen the shit my nieces play with. I mean, at this point, yeah, they have progressed mostly to iPads at this age, but when they were younger, they still played with toys.
Nerf balls are the best.
Well, that's because you're a guy. And honestly, I disagree. It was fucking wrestling action figures were the best when I was a kid.
Or as you talked about the Army Men, that was probably the
Army Men were sick. Army Men.
Any toy really that was depicted in Toy Story was a good toy. I had Woody and Buzz.
I had a lot of G.I. Joes, which were like the advanced version of Army Men too. Yeah. You had Army Men, and then you had G.I. Joes, which were like
G.I. Joes Army Men with personality.
They were essentially just the action figure version of G.I. Joes, where you got to choose which guns they had. They were essentially the doll version of. They were like a masculine version of dolls because they were guys and they'd have accessories, but all their accessories were guns and weapons. I mean, that's really what they were. They're dolls with just. I mean, like same thing with the wrestlers. I mean, essentially they were dolls. It's just they did fighting instead of just sitting around like a house.
I love that. That's my favorite thing about Army Men was when they would just have the gun upright like this. You're trying to go and battle against someone. You're like, I'm going to shoot you. I can't. I got to bring in the guy who's on one knee. To attack you.
Actually, no, the worst one was the guy who just had the bayonet and the gun was above his head. That guy's dead every time.
Yeah, that guy just rushed in.
It was also just the guy that had the binoculars held to his chest and was just pointing to the left. That was your sergeant, dude. That was always your sergeant in the back of the line, but you also had way too many of those.
Yeah.
The goat was the goat was my favorite was always the guy with the machine gun.
Oh yeah, he was the best.
He's the best. The guy with the machine.
He killed everyone.
The guy who's the machine gun pointing. But then the second best is the guy with the bazooka on his knee.
Yeah.
He's second best. Bazooka's second best. Oh, unless you got to the advanced army men, there was a guy that was on a turret that was crouched in the advanced army men, like not the traditional, but if you got the advanced one, there would always be the turret guy. He'd have like a light machine gun on his knees. That's also why I'm not big into guns, because I was so into guns when I was a kid. I look at guns as like a children's toy. Like I had so many toy guns, and I'd play guns in my backyard. So now when I see adults like holding guns, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when I was 6 playing with guns. Like,
Jeez.
that's what it looks like. It's just like, oh yeah, you're just an adult version of my 6-year-old self. Where I was in my backyard going pew pew pew, and now you're just at a gun range going pew pew pew.
Have you ever shot a BB gun?
Yeah, I owned a BB gun. I killed squirrels, dude.
I think you mentioned that before. I was in Boy Scouts. That's the only time I think I've ever used that a weapon, really.
I was in Boy Scouts. We never used a BB gun when I was in Boy Scouts, though.
That was one of the things we went to.
Boy Scouts was kind of fucking lame when I did it.
Yeah.
I expected to be this masculine thing, and then we went and made pottery one time. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? I thought we were supposed to be. I was like, I thought we were supposed to be playing with knives. I quit. This sucks. Like,
did you ever do the pie?
If I wanted to be a girl, I would have joined the fucking Girl Scouts, dude. Like, the Pinewood Derby was sick.
Yeah, that was fun.
I won the Pinewood Derby.
I won most unusual design. That was
honestly, the Pinewood Derby is the only time I never built my own car for it.
No one ever did. That was the
no. Some kids didn't. They deserved to win, but no, I always won because it was the one time me and my dad was real bond, because my dad was a carpenter, so he knew how to do woodworking. So, dude, my dad was like, we're gonna win this motherfucker, dude. My dad always just built me the best thing, and then I would just paint it.
That's sick. You put bets on it. You're like, oh, totally got this.
Yeah. We crushed it, dude. We always crushed it.
Yeah. I can totally see that happening, dude.
Yeah, my dad worked with wood for a living, so I always won the Pinewood Derby.
Probably cheated. Probably put like an extra fuel box on the bottom.
Fuel box, you weights.
Well, yeah.
And you can't cheat. They weigh your fucking thing.
You have a built-in rocket in the wood.
You had to put these. You could put weights in on it on the bottom if you cut out a hole for it, but that was allowed. But no, that's totally part of it. But
I thought you're like, after all these years, I'll probably admit that I just cheated on the Pinewood Derby.
No, it's not cheating at all. My dad did it for me. You always knew the kid who didn't do it for him because he just had the block not cut at all. Because they give you a block for the Pinewood Derby, and then you're able to cut it. And then you knew the kid who did it by himself because he just had the block with the wheels glued to it. Like, nothing was changed. Anyone else didn't do it, you're fucking 6. You can't handle power tools. Like,
yeah, you need it. They recommend an adult with that one.
Mm-hmm. But you got to figure out how to use that's how I learned how to cut wood and stuff like that at a young age. I didn't do it, but I would do. My dad showed me how to cut other wood. Like, I know how to cut wood, dude. One of my skills. I'll never apply it because I think manual labor is for the poor. Even though I do manual labor.
It's a job interview. It'd be funny if you just walked in for just the trolling.
I don't understand these people that pride themselves on being DIYers. It's like, why? Is your time not valuable to you? I'll never get that. That goes back to that's what I remember. I was like saying, why you can't be a fan? I'm like, I love food, and they're like, well, why don't you learn how to cook things? I'm like, because cooking's not my thing. It's other people's thing, and I appreciate their skill, and I pay them for their skill. Or if it's a friend or family member, I appreciate their skill.
Yeah,
I don't also have to cook. Like, you know what I mean? And then people go, well, you should vote. Everyone should learn how to cook. It's like, all right, well, then let me just make you not have a job, you fucking idiot. You cook for a living. You know what I mean? Like, you're saying you don't want your job? That'd be like me going, everyone should deliver their own. I'm a package delivery guy. It's like, everyone should deliver their own packages. Just go to the store and buy them. It's like, well, stupid. Then you'd be out of a goddamn job. So what are you talking about? Like,
well, you can't get out every day. You'll run out of money mostly.
I eat out all the time. It's very easy to eat out when you don't care about materialistic objects like me. It's very easy.
It's also you want to save some money.
Well, don't make me go on my furniture rant about how furniture is the dumbest thing you could ever buy, and people who buy it only buy it for the idea that they feel like a successful adult and they actually lack like real depth or fulfillment in their lives, so they fill it with possessions of furniture and other material objects. Let's not go down that route. We don't have enough time for that.
Yeah, I think we're almost at plug time.
Yay, plug time. Well, we made it through that episode. I don't know how funny it was.
I thought it got better.
Probably not funny. I became true philosopher Drew moment. My worst, the worst. Nah, it wasn't. It was the worst version of myself. When I decide not to be funny and just spew a bunch of opinions that most people will disagree with.
Isn't that what comedy is sometimes?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you crush the like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you leave a little bit of comment below. Let us know how you feel about most of the opinions I spewed tonight. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. If you agree, go fucking May, man. That's right. And if you disagree, go, you cocksucker. You're totally wrong. I can't believe you said that. I work out because I have a small dick. You know, I mean, I don't know. Whatever reasons people do that shit.
Or if you want me to get hit or punched, comment.
Yes, comment, dude. Well, if we get 5 people saying Evan should get hit, Evan, you have to take 1 boxing class. Not a whole season, just 1 class.
I'll throw up during it.
Why?
It's physical. I don't think I can handle that sort of physical activity at the condition I'm in. Well,
maybe you need it then. It'll take you.
Well, I do, but I don't think I would. I'd probably get sick from it more. I'd be in pain and I get sick.
Yeah, and you'd feel good afterwards. You guys heard it. 5 comments and Evan gets punched till he pukes. 5 comments about Evan needing to get punched, and then he gets punched till he pukes.
I feel like you're a radio DJ.
Shut up, we're doing plugs. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit follow, download all the episodes. Go ahead and do that. If you're listening on Stitcher, make sure you hit follow and download all the episodes. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. Write a little bit of a review down there at the bottom. Besides that, make sure you share the fucking podcast. Share it on your social media or share it by word of mouth, man. It helps. It's a free podcast. We do it for free every month. Oh, 4 times a month. 4 or 5 times a month every week, though. And we're going to keep doing them. Unfortunately, until I kill myself or Evan dies of a heart attack.
We'll keep all doom and gloom.
Yeah. Besides that, you can follow us on Facebook at Inept Pit. You can also follow us on Twitter at Inept Pit, or you can contact us at ineptpit@gmail.com. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, you can go ahead and hit us up on that. For details on that, we will let you know. Besides that, you can also follow. Oh, Evan, we're doing a show together, right?
Yep.
Showcase, me and Evan was the date?
December 16th, Thursday night.
You know the time?
I believe 9. I don't think it's official. It will be 8 or 9 most likely.
8 or 9. December 16th, 8 or 9. It'll be, I think, $7 for tickets. You cannot buy Hamilton Street Pub
in Saginaw,
Michigan. We'll be on a showcase there together. You cannot buy your tickets in advance. It means you should show up early and make sure you get a good seat, because we're trying to sell this bitch out, and we'll be selling t-shirts there as well. So if you're gonna show up, we'll be there slinging some teas afterwards. I am worried about this show.
Why?
Because Pete Gaines is on the lineup, and he is a king of hacks.
What if he's listening?
He's never listened to our podcast. He doesn't even know we exist. He's a fake comic. Why would he ever listen to actual comics podcast?
I don't know.
No, dude. Starting a fucking turf war. I hope someone fucking sends this to him. I'll fight him if he confronts me.
That's how the show. That's what happens on stage. You fight during your set.
Watch our like any one of our like any of the people that listen to go there and they just love P Gaines more than us both.
Yeah. Well,
it's all right. If they do, it just means that they like hack comedy, which is all right. I mean, hack comedy is good if you don't know what hack is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's why, like, it is funny. Like, some people be like, "Oh, that guy's a hack." It's like, no, 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 no. You have to do well to be a hack. Like, hack still works. That's what people don't realize. Like, if you're bombing, you're not a hack because a hack is successfully a hack. You know what I mean? You're doing.
Yeah.
There's like people that'll go up and tell like memes as jokes. That's called being a hack, or like premises that from online shit, and it can get laughs. It can actually do better than people with original material, but it's hack, and that's why it's called hack.
It's not original.
Being a hack never fails. It works all the time. Yeah. Unless you're wary of what hack is.
And we just explain what it is.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you already did. I said we just explained it. It's
not I thought
original. It's not original material. It's something you would see again on the internet,
internet meme, movies, or just overdone within even your own personal life. Like it's a joke that it's what we would call normies would make with their friends.
Yeah. That's why I like to write about my life and what I see. Try to be real, authentic.
Well, I mean, that's always my biggest fear. That's why I'm so critical on my sets that even sometimes when I have a joke work, after I'm done, if the joke works, I'll be like, oh, fuck, was that joke just a hack though? Did it just work because it was a hack joke? It does happen. I've abandoned jokes because I was like, oh, even though it worked, I realized, oh, that's hacky.
Yeah.
Well, but that's also called having artistic integrity, which again is stupid. I've already established, but for some reason I keep doing it, even no one fucking cares except for me. Like,
right.
Yeah. All right. Besides, they can follow me at Twitter at Drew Must Die. I haven't posted anything on there in 2 weeks, but maybe I will this week. I did want to talk about new metal on this one, and I totally forgot. I wanted to
be next one then.
Next one we'll talk about new metal.
Listen to that Linkin Park, everyone. Get in the mood.
That is crazy that that's your first one to think about it, but Linkin Park's second album, or first two albums are new metal. Yeah. That's the only Linkin Park I like is when they were new metal. Then they started to suck, dude. Besides that, that's all my plugs. Go ahead and do your plugs.
You can follow me on Twitter at Salsa7 and Instagram at Salsa7.
Boom. Besides that, that's been the show. We're live from my fucking kitchen, dude.
It was a good time.
It was whatever. I'm glad to be done.
All right. See everyone next time.
Peace, motherfuckers.